Hey there everyone, the Bingo Wellness Challenge. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the box that says get a full 8 hours of sleep. Now, I've seen some of you post your screenshots of when you went to bed and when you got up, showing that you did get the full 8 hours of sleep, which is fantastic. But I want to explain to you why getting 8 hours of sleep, or at least enough sleep for you, is absolutely crucial when it comes to pursuing any type of goal, whether it's in fitness or just in life in general. And the reason why is because sleep is the third big the third big column when it comes to the triad of healthy lifestyle. So you got like your exercise, whatever type of exercise you want to do, whether it's weightlifting, group fitness classes, or just going for your runs or anything like that, that's your exercise. Then you got your nutrition, the food. You need to fuel your body. You need to make sure that you're getting all the nutrients and vitamins and minerals that your body needs, and you're also getting enough of the macros to fuel your body for whatever goals you have in mind. Then you have sleep, which also includes like your rest and recovery, slowing down, and just like laying still and, going into the deep REM sleep as well. That is absolutely crucial and is one of the columns that people just tend to push away, just as with the other two. But sleep, particularly in the last several years, has been detrimental to a lot of people because they get stressed out a lot, so much, either from their jobs, from what's going on with their families, whether it's finances, what's going on in the news, what's going on in the world. Just like panicking about what's about to happen, whether they're about to move or the rent's due, they're about to go on vacation to a place they've never been to before, or the in-laws are coming, or what have you. Sleep tends to just escape us because we don't allow ourselves the permission to just fall asleep and get those Z's that we really need. But sleep is so crucial because of what happens during sleep. If you say are pursuing bodybuilding goals, sleep is so crucial because that is when your body is releasing the most growth hormones to respond to the exercises that you had done in the last day. So therefore, you're going to get the results that you're going for. If you don't get enough sleep, you don't get as much growth hormone released in your body. Not to mention that if your body does not get enough sleep, then what tends to happen is that your cortisol tends to stay at an elevated level as well. So therefore, if that's not reduced or balanced out, then your body's going to be under more stress, so therefore it's not going to achieve the results that you're going for. And also when your body is more stressed, that's when your body is sort of in this like, I'm got to be ready to survive, or I got to be fending for my life here. And what happens then is that your body hoards onto more foods, therefore you get a little bit more weight, your blood pressure increases, and the sleep is when we really allow ourselves to just slow down, to let our body relax. It allows our digestive system to take over and just break down any food that's still left in our system and make more use of it. Our hormones are released and we recover better, and we really balance ourselves out with the energy and experiences that we experience throughout the day. And the way I like to think of it as well is to sort of think of your energy as a swinging pendulum. You might, at one point in the day, like say like after you've had your coffee and you're now filled with breakfast and you've got enough food and you've been moving a little bit, maybe you just did a quarter-mile walk or something like that, and you start to feel like this uptick in energy and you feel like you can just keep going. The pendulum is swinging all the way over to one side where you feel like you're going at full throttle, you're on fire, you can just keep going, you got this flow going, it absolutely feels wonderful. But make no mistake, we are not machines. We are organic creatures. And at some point, by design, our pendulum of energy is going to swing back to the other direction in order to be balanced out. Would we love to stay on the one side? Absolutely. But let's be honest, there is no pill from Bradley Cooper's Limitless to keep us going full throttle for days and days and days. And even if there was, you have to win like the lottery of lotteries to win it, and that's next to impossible. It's like being struck by lightning 4 times in a row, and we all know the odds of that. So that pendulum has to swing back to the other side to balance out. That doesn't mean that we're not worthy or that we're not superhuman or anything like that. It means that we're being very conscious of how we are as human beings and knowing what our bodies physically need in order to perform at our best. If we don't get that sleep that our body needs, then that's going to just still be pulled back because the pendulum naturally wants to swing back, and we can still try to push it up as far as we want, but it's going to have that natural tendency to want to come back no matter how hard you push. And when you resist that, then your performance level sinks down as well. So you're not able to perform at 100% in your workouts or even at your tasks such as studying or being at work or being attentive to your family or anything like that. It slides back further and further and further until your patience is so thin that you get easily agitated, your balance can go all over the place and you're not able to hold yourself up. You lose all sense of dedication to what you've been trying to do and you just don't care. You're like, just give me the hamburger, give me the full large pizza or 2 milkshakes that are overflowing with fat and sugar. And then you just start losing track of everything and your basic foundation of discipline just cracks and falls apart. That's where sleep comes into play. And that's why it's so important to have the necessary habits to allow your body to easily fall into sleep every single night. Or if you're working the graveyard shift, then fall into sleep every single day. So some basic tips that I want to have you guys remember when it comes to falling asleep. Number 1, turn off your phones, turn off all screens at least an hour before bed. That way you're cutting off all sources of blue light, which tend to stimulate your eyes and stimulate your mind. So when you cut that off for at least an hour, that allows your mind and your body to naturally slow down and want to gently and easily fall into sleep, just like a leaf floating on a river. Yeah, just floating right along into sleep. Number 2, if you tend to work out or eat later in the day, make sure you leave at least 2 to 3 hours between that and bedtime, so that way your body can easily digest the food as well as slow down and recover from the workout. If you work out too close to bedtime, your body is still activated, your heart rate is still up, and your mind's going to be awake as well, so that's going to make it harder to fall asleep. And if you eat too soon, then you still have a full stomach in you when you lay down horizontally, and that's what can build up heartburn, and the food is going to want to reach back up and come out of the stomach. Even with that valve that keeps that food trapped in the stomach, it's going to press up against that valve to want to come out, and that's going to be uncomfortable. So give it the time to let the food be broken down through your stomach and into your small intestine, so that way you don't have that discomfort and unwanted gas. And as well, time your caffeine. Whenever you have caffeine in the day, make sure you have 9 hours afterwards before you are going to bed, because 9 hours tends to be how long the caffeine stays in our system to keep us awake and alert and wanting to be attentive to everything that's around us. If you have caffeine right before bed, you're just waking your mind right up, and your mind's going to be racing with all these thoughts, and you're going to be trying to fall asleep, but it's just going to be racing, and you will not be able to quiet your mind down and just fall asleep. So if you need your afternoon tea, make sure that you got a good 9 hours before you go to bed. That way it's going to be so much easier for your mind to shut down, for your body to shut down, and for sleep to just come naturally to your body and mind, and you just drift off to sleep and sleep the whole night through. And just a few, and one more personal tip is, if you live in an area or you know that your pets are going to make noise or your kids are going to make noise, earplugs. I've been sleeping with earplugs since I was in college, because I always I pictured that somebody in the hallway was going to make noise at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't want my sleep to be interrupted. So I started wearing earplugs, and I've grown addicted to them because they just shut out all the noise, and so therefore the only noise left is the ones in my head. But I use the tips I just mentioned to shut down my mind and drift off to sleep much easier. So you can try out earplugs to see if that works for you. And trust me, I still get enough sleep to where I actually physically wake up right as my alarm is about to go off, and I know I got enough sleep. All right, so that's what I want to talk about with you guys today: the importance of getting sleep and a few simple tips of how to make sure that you get enough sleep every single night or day. So I hope that was helpful to you guys. If you guys need more information, or if you have any questions, please ask me or one of the other coaches, because we are here to help you guys live your absolutely best lives. And we can only do that if you guys tell us what you need. All right, so thank you all so much for listening. I will see you next time.